Hello, guys. All right, another Al Murray video. This isn't like. First of all, where are my manners? How you guys doing? Good? Bad? Good? If you're bad, you'll be good soon. Don't worry. My name is Connor. If you're new, Rhode Island, New England, America, in that order. And on my main channel, McJibbin, I like to do sort of learn about history through YouTube recommendations. On this channel, I do more of the non-history related stuff. Kind of learn about UK, a lot of British subscribers, and I really enjoy learning about Britain as well. And so it's fun to watch some of these British stand-ups and sports videos on the side. I very much enjoy it. Preemptive like. So yeah, original link to the video, top of the description. This is not his normal stand-up stuff. And FUKP, education, go.
This is a party political broadcast on behalf of the Free United Kingdom Party.
Okay.
Hello again, common sense voters. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to talk to you about education. Now, famously, Tony Blair once
Sorry,
said,
does he ever not have a beer with him? I love it. All right.
I'd like to talk to you about education. Now, famously, Tony Blair once said, education, education, education. Well, we in
Wise.
FUKP say education, 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 which is 15 more than him. So
For a second, I thought he was going to go the whole 3 minutes with that because the description did say education. All right, sorry.
we're education, 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 which is 15 more than him. So we're 15 times more serious about it than he is.
Winner.
Argue with that. What is clear is that every new government sticks its nose into how schools operate and how teachers teach, time and time again, and that the whole education system would benefit from being left alone, most likely. Still, here's our 10-point plan
Government, stay out of it.
to save education.
Let's see it.
1. FUKP pledged to make 90% of schools above average. 2. There are too many languages spoken in school today.
Okay. That's impossible.
FUKP
It's the joke. I get it, but sorry.
2. There are too many languages spoken in school today. FUKP pledged to crack down on this and to go further by reducing the number of words in the English language to 750 by 2018. 3. There's been a lot of talk of grammar schools of late, of streaming, of doing what we can to keep the clever kids away from the thick kids so the thick kids don't get upset about being thick. FUKP pledged to introduce a new exam for the students.
Hold on. What did he just say? Because I think I might.
Of doing what we can to keep the clever kids away from the thick kids. The thick kids don't get upset about being.
This has a spiral effect. All right. In the beginning, all right. Of course, this is all a jokey thing, but he has some points here, and I'm not exactly sure if this is his point, but I thought of it, so I'm going to say it. But when there are sort of, I'm not sure if you had it, especially in Great Britain, it could be completely different. But over here, as soon as you got, even before that, in like first, second, and third grade, there were always these phonics books. And a phonics book it's a short video. I can go on a rant. Just fast forward, whatever. We would have these phonics books and with different colors starting first grade. So you're 6 years old, and there was red, blue, green, teal, gold, maybe another one. And I always had like the red phonics book. And so they only give you the next phonics book if you can sort of complete it and understand it. And so, and not just that, but also into middle school where they had kind of A, B, C, and D level, say math or Ling and Lit or history. It's definitely was the case for math. I remember where if you weren't that good in math, they would, if you were really good at math, you'd be an A and kind of lower B, C, and D. And so not only did they act as periods for people to go to different classes, but they were actually they segregated you by how smart you were. And saying it out loud, it sounds crazy, but it was just kind of whatever. And so it kind of makes a perpetual, you think you're doing well if you're down in the D class. Well, you're going to have such low standards if you only have other people around you in D class. And I was in that. I think I got up to like C or maybe B in my 8th grade year. But I was never the greatest student. But I think looking back at it, they kind of like really early on. I'm going on such a long tangent, but this made me think of it. And now it's crazy coming back to me. How I wish I was a better student, sort of. I wasn't. I have ADD off the. I'm not making excuses. I just wasn't a good student, all the way into high school, and pretty much just when I got Adderall, I got better. Yeah, I don't know why. Continue.
Thick.
But yeah, they sort of you know what I mean. They segregate you very early on based on how smart you are in different things, and then it sets a lower standard and a really high standard if you're in the smart class.
UKP pledged to introduce a new exam for the stupid called the FTS test, for the stupid test that will be really easy to pass, even easier than current GCSEs, because we care about the fit kids. 4. Drinking classes. Common sense. 5.
Agreed.
FUKP believes that kids need a firm grip on British history,
American
the greatest history in the world. So we vow that teachers will teach proper history, facts and that, Battle of Hastings, that stuff. The kind of thing that equips
1066.
kids for later life, e.g. taking part in pub quizzes, not stuff about nurses. 6. Teachers who fail to perform to the required standard will be removed from their jobs to teach geography where they can do no harm. 7. Sport in schools is important. I'm sure we all wonder what can be done to improve the national football team's chances in the World Cup. For this reason, we plan to introduce footballing concentration camps. All boys to be taken from their families aged 12. The weaklings who fall on one side will be sent into the cricket programme. The boys who respond to steroids will play rugby.
You guys know what I'm trying to understand more is I'm going to turn a 3-minute video into like a 20-minute video. I don't care. All right. I get to decide, not you. Well, hold on. Where was I going? Oh yeah. So sports. I'm just going to take the time to just tell you about everything. So I played soccer. I get it. Football. I understand. I'm going to confuse myself. I played soccer my whole life, really, and it's a very popular sport in America. I'm sure even today, I don't know. When you're very young. Like when you're very young, say 5, 6, 7 years old, 8 years old, you go to youth. Probably the most common two are probably baseball and soccer because, football, you got to wait. You don't start football as early as you do the other sports or hockey or lacrosse, something like that. Even basketball, maybe basketball, but I think youth sports, I think baseball and soccer are the big two. And so, I played soccer all through high school. I never was on the varsity team. I like to say I got offered my junior year to be a swing up there, but I knew I wasn't going to pursue soccer into college like my brother did, and so it just wasn't as important to me, and I thought, why, spend your last year playing soccer on the bench for the varsity team when you could just go on JV again. And I'm making excuses. I wasn't terrible, all right? I wasn't great. I also never played some like Blackwatch or Bruno, which are the two kind of better. I'm going tangent. Yeah, anyways, that's my experience with soccer. I love it though. I loved playing it. I met most of my friends growing up. I mean, a lot of new friends and everything. I'm lucky to be friends with all of them to this day, and more because we're in the same neighborhood than soccer. But yeah.
This will deliver victory in Qatar in 2020. 8. Education is too important to be left to the teaching profession. At FUKP, we would like former service personnel to work as teachers and bring their GNVQs and PTSD to the classroom. In return, all teachers have to do 2 years on the front line. Sort them out. We in FUKP believe the children are the future, and that's why we take education serious. FUKP, pledging to tell you the things we reckon you want to hear about education. Thank you for listening. Vote FUKP.
You got my vote. I can't, though. Anyways, hey, it's over. You can leave if you want to. I want to say one more thing about teachers. So, in America, brother, I feel like a job like teaching should be seen with the same respect as something like a lawyer or a doctor, something like that. And I want to say paid as well. I know it's not easy, if the basis qualifications for teaching, kindergarten, preschool, kindergarten through 8th grade, maybe even to high school, say 8th grade, is very low. I know low qualifications means you're going to have a lot of potential applicants, and so why spend so much money? It's just, I feel like then I guess, no, they can't. For a second, I was going to be like, maybe they should be paid by the government, but they are by the state government. But then the government, I don't want the government to have really a lot of say in what's taught. But anyways, I just feel like teachers, it should be a job that it's looked as sort of like you might make like 35,000 a year or something like that your first year teaching. And I'm not even saying a sub, like a full teacher. And I just think going to the Army, I don't know what that's going to do, but I just wish it required a bit more, or it had a bit more attention in America of seeing that as a top tier, respectable job. And I feel like it isn't. Professor is a different thing. If you're a professor at a top university, that's a very prestigious job and respectable. But yeah, I wish that for lowers, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, I don't know. That's my thoughts. And so I wonder how long I made this video. Honestly.
And bring that.
All right, great. Al Murray. I sort of just went off on tangents there, but I'll upload it. All right, I think I'm going to do another one. I won't talk as much. I think I'll do a stand-up or a rugby. I don't know. Catherine Tate, maybe. Faulty Towers. I'm not sure. See you guys next time.